am going to go ahead and get right into it. Everybody knows about my Elite hunt, where I am trying to recreate the moment that I had back in the 90s. What's going on, Dano? Pete, how you doing? I just wanted to show this off. So last time when I did a sales, someone was asking about the balls back here. Those were mine and my PC, obviously, but there was other ones that were in the collection, like this one that had Banks on Feller. Not sure who that is. I'm not sure who that is either. Could be Marquise Grissom, but then we got Monty Ferris. Can't remember who that is exactly. But yeah, none of these came with anything that said who was on them, but I would go with them being 100% legitimate for sure because of the person I got the stuff from. But yeah, let's get into this. This is Series 2. There's going to be a lot of card and waxed shrapnel. I can guarantee when you open this. Come on. Well, that didn't work so well. It's been a while since I've set up a display. You know what? I'm just going to put them in the background. That ain't going to work. The packs seem very taut, and they look good. So that's a good sign. Not sure who did it, but someone back in the day definitely was opening these and then resealing them, which you would think, I mean, it sounds so cheap. And it was. All right. I'm still getting over the cold. No more fever, though. So I am nice. Got your Elites going on. Yeah, these look actually really good as far as how uniform they are. Still a little bit of connecting to the back there. Everybody remembers the putrid color scheme that they did in 91. It's an MVP. Griffey, I'm not sure if Gravy needs that, so I'll put it aside. Actually, he doesn't need MVP. He needs the Diamond Kings. Never mind. I'll still put the MVPs aside. Puzzle. I do have a future project set up already for those puzzle pieces, and someone's calling. I just plan to put one of those together, put like a backing, and then paint over it, creating my own kind of one-of-one design. It's cool in my mind. I just don't know if it's going to be cool when it comes out. There's a Frank Thomas. Shout out to Clinton and Johnny for loving those people. Brian Barnes, rated rookie, and Turner Ward. I definitely have heard of Turner Ward, but Mr. Barnes, not so familiar with. Mike Scott, who was pretty dominant for a while there. You know, enough that he got like Diamond Kings, and I don't know if he had MVP cards, but you know, he was featured on a lot of cards. I think his window for, you know, how good he was like a small window. I know still had dominance, but just couldn't prolong that. Mr. Barfield. There's Jay Buhner again. We got a Eric Gunderson. Nice Barry Larkin. Squaring up for a bunt. Jim Gartner with the birth control glasses, as a League of Their Own used to call them. I forget what they exactly were. So that is a subset, the highlights one. MVP is part of the regular set, and then obviously the rated rookies is part of the regular set too. So let me know what you guys are doing today. What's everybody up to? Probably working and or hanging out. I'm switching up the music there a little bit. It's amazing how much of the wax gets all over when you're opening these. There's Candy Maldonado. There's a guy that used to come to my shows, that PC, Andy Maldonado. So I used to put every single one of them together. That's all he PC'd too. It was really bizarre. Dave Steve on the highlights. David Segui. I think that's like a second year. Not that his stuff is incredibly expensive. Dave Winfield with the Angels. There's Strawberry when he signed the huge deal with the Dodgers. Unfortunately, did not live up to past achievements. We go live at 7. Make sure everybody checks it. Check out the live stream. Go hang out with Pete and the gang. Wednesday. Also, RGL is live. I think Electra is also live, or JTS, one of the two. Just make sure to give love to the community. There's Lenny Dykstra, aka Nails. Sutcliffe. We got an MVP, Eddie Murray. Mookie Wilson. He was at a few different nationals. I have like so many different signatures of him on 8x10s. But I guess it's kind of cool to have. Yeah, these packs are really nice. See how uniform that is? Most of the ones, I would say 90% of the ones that we go back and look at the other boxes in the Elite Hunt, they did not look like that. They were all over the place, which makes me think tampering. I think that is Tony Gwynn's brother, right? Chris Gwynn. We got some flipped around cards. I haven't really seen that yet. MVP, Ricky. Rafael Palmeiro. Again, I think he is a 400 home run guy? Maybe it's 5. I know that he has, phenomenal stats, but people, because of the steroids and whatnot, they don't give any of those players love. Dano, how's Daniel? Oh, RGL's off? VGK, okay. Did they switch up? I missed the late night stuff going on for RGL. I was pretty exhausted, still getting over my flu thing that I'm still working on getting rid of. Hopefully I can kick that to the curb. Paul Merrick. Yeah, don't remember him. I do remember Charles Nagy and Ben McDonald. Terry Leach, yes. Rich Garstis. We all know Ken Griffey, obviously. I feel like Donruss should have done images on the back of their cards, but they had their look, their brand, and they didn't really stray from that for a while. He's gaming, right on. Soon here, need to get together, brother. Yeah, this morning, no, it was yesterday morning. My son Mason, who's 20, came to me and said that he had slipped down the steps. So it was raining like crazy. I'm on the 3rd floor, and the steps, the outer breezeway railings, they catch all the rain, and I don't know if they just don't have it set up correctly where the water should go away from the steps, but it drips right down the steps. So he ended up busting his elbow, shoulder blade, did like a dislocation. He's all jacked up. But we spent most of the day at urgent care. He's in a sling now. Just kind of... The funny thing is, he's talk about gaming. He was so upset because, he's not going to be able to. His gaming is put on hold because he's got that sling, and it's so much pain to even move. So I feel bad for him. It's like if we weren't able to breathe. That's how it is for gamers, right? He'll survive. Told him watch a bunch of movies. Yeah, and he's usually really good about like not hurting himself. He actually comments, about me always either being injured or sick. But this time around, he couldn't escape. It's pretty bad too. I think I have a video of it, of how much water leaks. It's pretty crazy. Let's see, can I get this? So that's like leaking from the ceiling, from the 2nd floor, and that's the 1st floor. That's where he slipped, and he went down the entire flight of steps. So they need to fix it. Eric Hansen, Jesse Barfield, Marvin Freeman, that's another name, Harper, David Wells, we got Terry Mulholland, highlight card. Yeah, definitely messed up. So yeah, last year I launched myself down the steps during a snowstorm, right on that same area. So yeah, I did let the leasing office know. Obviously, I can't go after them for the medical stuff, or I probably could, but I really don't want to deal with that. Mark Carrion. I feel like we've got this same pack, or at least that order of players. Tim McIntosh. And we got an all-star, Andre Dawson. Very, very much an iconic look to this set. I do wonder what the production numbers were, and if they were anything close to what current production numbers are. Obviously, the current stuff, better chance for autos, numbered, whatever else, but maybe it'll raise the price of a lot of this old junk wax era stuff. All right, come on, Nails. We got MVP. Cousin Seiko. Oh, that's pretty cool. Ricky Henderson Award winner. Not bad. That one stuck to it. Part of the regular set, though. Willie McGee with the Athletics. Really throws me off. But there's the handsome face of Willie McGee. Joe Carter with the Padres. Dave Justice. Another Olerud. Maurice Vaughn, rookie. I think there are a few. So on the last box that I opened of this, there was like a packaging error, and like the cards were like squished to the side. Do I have that handy? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, there it is. That's pretty bad. And that came directly out of the pack like that. Quality control was just not a thing. You know, I should do for the videos, I should put the puzzle together sometime. I just think it's too big to fit on the screen. And I really have that sultry smoker voice right now. Trying to obviously do the second camera as much as I can. People tend to enjoy a face, but I don't have a green screen yet, so I can't float in the corner or anything like that. Soon enough. Kevin Gross. Another Sutcliffe. Eric Gunderson again. Sandberg. I can't find them. I had them, but I had like a 93 Donruss, a couple boxes, wax boxes. Really wanted to open those, but somehow I've misplaced them. That is unlike me to misplace entire boxes of cards. I'm getting chubby. I resemble that. Twinkies. We got another Maldonado. Fred Lynn. Pretty skinny Cecil Fielder there. Another award winner with Barry. Getting chubbier. It's not a competition, and the winner loses. Part of the jersey there. I would think that like a wet paper towel would get that off of there. I'll have to see. You know, I don't want to ruin it. Sandy Alomar, award winner. Another Frank Thomas. Lance Dixon. Don't remember you. Kevin Mitchell. That's kind of cool. So we have Ron Gant and Matt Williams back to back. Almost done with the second stack. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't know where the Elite would be. The one I pulled in a gas station, and the packs were like all over the place. So it's hard to say. Could have been multiple boxes put together, for all I know. Al Leiter. Melito Perez. Come on now. starts to focus in on something in the background and then just continues to do so. And it's mostly when I have those packs up there. What's going on, Johnny?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You working today or just hanging out, getting ready for work, or
trying to force my.
No, I'm sorry, you cut out. I heard trying to force my. I understand. Rob Deere. Him and his strikeouts, man. Leading the league in strikeouts. That's crazy.
Good old Donruss 91 Series 2.
Yeah. This is putrid color scheme. I'm sure they just want them to stand out from other years, but wow.
Well, I mean, they went from the blue on Series 1 to snot green. So that definitely stood out.
Mm-hmm. Probably no plan on the what they were gonna do with the color schemes, and someone just like picked a Pantone color, and it was pretty darn ugly. Because like the packs, whew, that's horrid.
The cream colored Series 1 pack. See, I understand that.
Yep, that's the next one I'm opening. I have the cream colored box ready for the next opening. I think I'm getting down to the last few too. There's only, I think I had like 4 or 5 of each, and running out. Need to go back to the flea market. One time this year, I think it was March, when I went there, the guy had a bunch of them in the back of his truck, a bunch of boxes. But I think he wanted like $40 each. But that's pretty much what they go for now. So
yeah, that's if they don't have the beautiful baseball card exchange
right.
wrap on it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, these look great, but like I was saying about the previous ones I had, yeah, I'm not too sure. Like where it's like turned sideways or. I mean, it could have been that they just packaged it funky, but doubt it. Bob Ojeda. Another Frank Thomas.
And that's technically his Donruss rookie card.
Oh, yeah. Or FDC, they call them back in the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because Donruss didn't make a rookie card of him for 1990.
Yeah.
Only Sammy and Robin Ventura.
I'll put them all in a stack and send them to you. The ones I get. You're like, I don't need more of them. You never have too many Frank Thomases. Or at least I hear.
That used to be my catchphrase, but now there's too many Frank Thomases here. It's okay to have 15 of the same Frank Thomas when you only got 20 Frank Thomases. But
do you put your stuff in books at all, or is it just?
I put them in sleeves, top loaders, and pin bags.
Gotcha. Yeah, I bought a bunch from Amazon, a bunch of the top load. They're like team bags, but they're actually smaller, and it fits it really snugly. They were really expensive too.
Yeah, I was looking at those, and I was like, I already invested all in money into all these team bags. I'm not gonna go through there and redo everything.
And it looks a certain way, so if you switched it up, it would look different in the box too. So Can't do that. Otis Nixon. Another Greg Colburn. That's crazy. It's all the same rated rookies. And another Tim McIntosh.
It was okay for me to do my PSA slabs because I think I might have 12 PSA slabs, so that one was okay. They come in a pack of like 15 or something.
Yeah. I think it was the third one. It's definitely the third Frank Thomas, also Clinton. Great name for a pitcher. Eric Plunk.
Another one, Bob Walk.
Mm-hmm. Tim Layana. I don't remember a lot of these people. With the 2 series, I think they did make a lot more cards. Like a lot more players that probably wouldn't grace a card. Being they had 800 some cards in the 2 series.
Yeah, they were just trying to compete with the top.
Yeah. And Upper Deck.
And then Score comes out with 800 and something.
Whoa. Gotta put that in my baseball bat. Multiple bat card stack.
You trying to say he's Batman?
Yep. Brian, oh, he just looks happy to be there. Brian Barnes. I think that's the first Kirk Gibson. Not that matters, but look at all that. Yeah, I have multiple wood cards.
He likes collecting wood. You heard it here first.
I just like the presentation.
Sure.
Another Palmero.
Let's do that.
The Shields.
There you go, the Shield highlight.
At least the highlights ones are somewhat limited, I guess. This must have been a big deal for Boddicker, I guess. Don't remember that, but I guess, them having those photos is kind of cool. All right, almost done with this stack. I would say that this is probably the best chance I've had in a while, though, to get an Elite, because the packs actually look legit.
Did they have Elite in 91?
Yeah.
I've never seen them. I pulled them. I used to buy those boxes, both Series 1 and 2, when they used to be like $15 each. Oh, nice.
We got the Fielder and the Dawson. And then this is that Frank I was talking about.
Ooh.
So I need what I thought plan is to get him to sign it again over it. And then obviously the Dominator cards were limited too. Molitor was signed. Frank Thomas is cool. This year of Elites is great just because it's got that cracked ice look.
Mm-hmm.
This is like paper scrap, larger size, but it's the only.
You can tell where he can sign it at.
I can tell what?
You can tell where he can sign it at.
Right, yeah.
Watch you put it over his face.
Make it obvious for some people. Where do I sign? Sign the back of the card or something.
I've seen this one player, he signs it directly over his face. Like right over his picture. It's like, oh, that's real messed up.
That's horrible. Maybe he was just not happy with the photo. Mike Gardner. So Mike Gardner is the name of the rep at Beckett, the guy who I would get to self at my shows, and he would bring like a couple guys, and they would raw grade. It was a cool deal. Every time I see him at the National, he's like, "Hey, we should do that again." I'm like, I'm not really promoting shows right now, but I've been thinking lately, I got time. Why not get back into it?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Telford. So I think Tartable, he played with the Zephyrs, if I remember correctly. And Zephyrs being here in Denver. So I'm trying to think. That was the only baseball we had for years. Is the minor league. They played in the old Mile High Stadium. All right, last stack. Nothing to get excited about yet out of this, but it can happen. It can happen at any time. Prime Dog.
I remember trying to hand collate this entire set.
Oh, that's nutty. Those sorting boxes are really helpful, for sure. Because unless you have like a huge table to lay all your cards out, like it. Well, there's what the puzzle looks like.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty nice.
Well, I did this back as a kid when I first started out. So I did have binders back then. And then wherever there was a hole at, I write out the name, cut out a little slip, and I put it in there. So when I got,
so then you knew if there was blank space or whatever, you could find it. Brent Nakrit? I don't remember these people. Rhino. Another Colburn. I think we're looking at least 3 or 4 of each of the same player. So how you could put a set together? It's probably like what, 2.5 boxes just to do it.
Oh no, I never completed. I just bought the damn set. I got tired of it.
Yeah.
I was like looking at the set. I was like, this is cheaper than buying the boxes.
It is.
Back then, the sets were only $5 if it was Donruss 91.
You could find like a lot of sets too for just like you said, $5, next to nothing. Because
well, I was looking at the 89 Upper Deck set. It's only $89. They got those damn. Huh? Yeah, the factory.
Factory or hand collated?
Factory. And then, yeah, it was. I was surprised because I was looking at the boxes for the 89 boxes for the packs. They were a lot more than that. And I was like, just pay the $89, you're guaranteed the Griffey rookie.
Right. I want to say that they were notorious for being a little bit off-centered for the factory, but the fact that it's sealed, that's pretty good.
The fact that it's sealed and you know Griffey's rookie's in there, it's...
Yeah.
I mean, I did buy the box with packs in it, and pulled 4 Griffies out of it.
Yeah. I've opened a few boxes, and I think 4 is the most I pulled out of there, but it's usually like 3 to 4.
There's still 4 packs left. CV hasn't. I gave CV 4 of. I let him pick 4 packs out of there. So there might be a possibility of a 5th.
Did he just not want to open them?
No. He's gonna get to it.
Clint. I just I figured I didn't need to say the 5th Bo Jackson that we got. Look at all that shrapnel. Horrible. There's Barry. Kevin Nomas.
What's up, Tom?
Hey, what's up, Tom? Andrew, how you doing? Another Delano de
Delano. Thanks to
you're
PC
red,
game.
so they snuck that one in. What is it, like a 30 or 40 card set for the maybe a 20, 25 card set? I think with this and the other boxes I have, probably have a set of the highlights. Out of what box? I think he was talking about the 89 Upper Deck, if that's the one you're hearing, Andrew. But I have not opened any of that since I started filming it.
I pulled 2 of them at work.
That's cool.
I just sitting there like, I'll make some videos. And like, oh,
That's pretty good, though. Did you end up grading any of them?
no. I'm not a grader. If I get slabs, I get slabs, but I'm not going out of my way to make slabs.
All right. Yeah, the process is kind of, I don't know. It's not difficult. It's just disappointing a lot of times because you're sending a card you think you're going to get a 10 for, and then.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not grading it for, to be spectacular. Yeah, you want to get a Gen 10, but it's just it would be my collection, and I mean, there's nobody else that would collect White Sox cards. Plenty of people that collect Jordan cards, though.
Yeah. Well,
Come on.
I've been buying and selling cards since '86, so I always have that in my mind, I guess.
My Gretzky rookie card is already graded, so I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. Another Mike Gardner. That is like the 5th or 6th one. So the Elite card would really stand out, but obviously that was a brown border, so it would be one that you would see. Last pack. Let's see if it can happen.
Now, wasn't there a myth that you can, if you ran a magnet over these packs, you can find out if there's a Elite Series in it?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't put it to people,
Or they weighed more or less or something.
Yeah, I would think weight would be a thing that they could do. There's Bobby Thigpen. Lance Parrish. Oh, and the disappointment of no Elite stuff.
Disappointment of $40.
Oh, wait, I actually pulled one. No. I was going through some of my cards, and I have like a random Bob Ross. That one's cool.
It's a bit random to have, bro.
Like I do have stuff in my own PC, which is random weirdness. But that's what makes collecting fun. Everybody has their own, I guess, niche.
Look, Ryan's coming here calling me a troublemaker, yet he's calling himself a Yankees fan now when he was a Red Sox and Cardinals fan.
What's up, Ryan? Now you're allowed to change your allegiance, but only one time.
Wow.
You're like,
Stick to the team no matter how bad they start. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't be a White Sox fan right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm a Cubs fan too, and
especially last year.
I've suffered through the years of no championships or playoffs, and the playoffs when they lost as well. So yeah, it looks like on average 3 dupes, and then but the weird thing is, like, there's only one Mo Vaughn. Why? Not that I, the difference between a 35-cent card and a 5-cent card, but it seems weird that correlation would be set up that way.
Now you get to look to see if they have a dot or no dot.
I don't even know what that is.
So where it says USA, the copyright on the back.
Oh, that mistress, right?
If they don't have the dot after the A, or they do have the dot after the A.
Gotcha.
And then there's the factory set border, which is a different front border. But you don't have the factory set, so you don't have to worry about looking for that.
Well, out of all the ones I have, I don't think I even looked. The last stuff that I opened to, I had so much of it, and it was irritating me. I threw it away. I was like, it's taking up too much space.
The factory set is, it has the dot, but the border on the front is a different scheme.
Confused here. Did they split these up, the highlights over the sets? There's no single digit. It's all like 10s to 20s. I don't know. That's weird. I'm sure that it says something on TCDB about it. Yeah, lackluster box, but that's kind of how it goes with these. White Sox are playing better. Oh, that's good.
They're still working on their 3rd consecutive 100-loss season.
I feel bad for them.
I don't. Until they get rid of that man, until they get rid of their owner.
Yeah. We have some horrible owners for the Rockies, too. Like, their MO is once a player gets good enough and they have to pay him, they're like, they got to get rid of them. They're cancer. And a lot of the players, like, after the fact, are like, I would have settled for less money just to stay here. But yeah, they don't even try. They don't even try to make a deal with them. It's a shame.
They're trying to get the best value out of them as they can.
Well, that's the thing. Like with Trevor Story, they didn't get anything. So I don't know what's up with them. It's like they could have done something. They could have got rid of him at the trade deadline. Sometimes they choose to do nothing, and it's makes no sense business wise. I think they really like the fact that they're losing money and want to continue to lose money because there's that payout. If you're the bottom tier, you get a huge payout, and I think they just enjoy that. So it'd be mediocre.
Well, I know the A's lost out on some money because they were the last team to share their stadium with the football team, and MLB would give money to the baseball teams that were sharing their stadiums with football teams. And then when the Raiders moved, they didn't have that no more and started losing money.
Yeah, the baseball contract thing, I think it's like $50 million they get. It's like basically a share of the network and or television things that they get paid. So I mean, really, they don't have to. They don't have to worry about having a good club.
No,
they get paid. It's a racket. We need to own a MLB team. Wonder how many billions of dollars it would cost to get one.
all I know is that if I saw anybody that took a strike right down the middle, they'd be fined $25K right off the bat. That drives me nuts.
You're like finding everyone's
Like
swing.
you need a hit. You don't have to hit a home run. Just get a hit. You got 2
Yeah.
outs left, and you just watch the ball go right to you, right down, right exactly in the middle. It's like, what the hell?
Thank you, Clinton. Yeah, I figured it was in Series 1. I'm just surprised they didn't split it up at like 1 through 15 or something. But I guess because there's 22 cards, makes sense. So 11 through 22 is in that one. Well, I'll be opening up the other one, so I'll probably be able to complete the set. Yeah, I think someone was talking about that, Andrew. The robot umps or whatever, is that the ABS? Where players can challenge strike calls? Huh. How does that work out? How do they challenge it? I mean, who's
Well, you can't have any female umpires because they'll never be right.
You're funny. You're gonna go take a nap? Lucky you, man.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Did you see the ball I showed off? One of the ones from that collection. So it's got Spawn, Banks. Looks like Grissom right there, but I could be wrong. Feller. I guess Don Newcomb. Monte. I want to say, I don't know who that is actually. Interesting. Used a Sharpie though. You don't really see that much on signed balls. Everybody's usually using the ballpoint. There was a whole bunch of them. The guy. Let's get this old school container. Dave Steve.
Just a little bit.
Right. Who is that? Winfield? I don't know who it is.
Looks like someone's trying to draw a racetrack in there. Jim.
Tommy John. This one had an interesting ball. Pinstripe. I don't know what that's all about. Got Don Sutton.
Yeah.
Love the yellowing and
It's close.
vintage look to that. Dave Kingman. See, these are all ballpoint, so they definitely choose to go that way. It's Jim Rice. I think that's Mazeroski. Each one of them is like using a different color ballpoint too. For some reason, there's multiple Suttons. This one was cool, but who's on it? I couldn't tell you. I think that's Jesse Barfield, possibly, on one of them. Ernie Witt. They used every area, though. One person put on a sweet spot. Is that Bobby Cox? Looks like Bob Cox. I don't know. Interesting though. Not as dark of ink as you want, but got another Sharpie. Good old Mark Grace. This one had a little, doing air quotes here, certificate of authenticity. All right, so you got Blatty Daddy, Saberhagen, the Shields, Flash Gordon, Gary Gaetti, Stottlemyre, Langford, Grace, Bennis, Ernest, who is John Bergeron-ish something.
That's the bougie boy.
But some of them are Sharpie, different color pens. You can see the Grace and Gaetti. Kind of distracting with the multiple ink colors. Last one. Another one that's like a ton of different people on it. It's on something, I think. Gary Pettis. I may be showing the same ones again, but I'm gonna figure out. Bob Rich. So I feel like they just got a bunch of people from different teams and/or events. Is that Reggie? Nah, can't be. Yeah, I don't know. I have to find them. They're somewhere, but I have two of Mickey Mantle's autobiography signed too. That was part of this thing. And as far as value, I have no clue. They're cool though. That is Reggie? Okay. I like the square ones, Andrew. That's what I have in the background there for my stuff. Like, those are the ones that I enjoy. So I have two different Griffies. I got Griffey standalone for junior, and then I have senior and junior on a ball. But I don't know. For some reason in my mind, I need them separate. That'd be cool if it was Reggie. My issue was one year I went to the National and I did the authentication of these 8x10s that I got from a separate collection. This is back in 2012. And it was $100 per authentication through PSA. And I did 6 of them, and all of them were fake. So spent $600 to be told the items that I thought were really good were not.
Mhm.
Which, yeah, it just made me kind of not want to do it again. James Spence does go to local events, and I could probably have him do it for cheaper. I don't feel like people look at JSA and say that it's not real. I think they legitimately trust it. But again, getting each one of those too. So on the ball, would it be every single one that they would charge for?
I don't know.
Because
That
that
was
one,
something.
12 signatures, I can't afford to authenticate something for that much. That's when it's not worthwhile. I have seen that on eBay though, ones that are authenticated that like have teams and or all-star games, things like that. They go for a lot of money
Mhm.
because they become like that centerpiece to people's collections. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Johnny. I'm gonna
No problem.
end the stream and then.
Sorry I didn't see your message sooner.
No, I need last minute, man. Sending it all at the last minute, and I think I sent it like 10 minutes before I went live. We need an app to give you. Oh, is there an app that does that? Where you can kind of check and see if it's. The reason I ask about that too is that there was a ton of cards that were signed in the collection too, and there was like 2 Tony Gwynns, but the autographs look different than the actual authenticated Gwynns I own.
Probably
So,
Tony Gwynn and Tony Gwynn Jr.
yeah. And maybe because like they're at like a game or something, and
Yeah.
for me, I never sign the same way.
I only do it on important documents.
Yeah, my signature never looks the same though, and I've actually had that be an issue when I voted. They're like, "This doesn't look like your signature."
Yeah, see that type of thing, you have to keep your same signature. But I'm the same way. If it's an important documentation that I need for my life, I keep the signature the same. But everything else is different.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I could. There is one way to do it because when I originally. No, actually, every time I do sign up, I have to do my legal name, so my signature is different.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, I do my legal name on the legal documents that I need for my life, but I don't use my full entire name for everything else.
Yeah. Well, people who don't know cursive, man, they have a difficult time.
Mm-hmm. So let's see on Facebook. Well, we need to go back to stick shifts and cursive to confuse the generations.
Yeah, definitely. And that's how I first learned how to drive a car, manual transmission. I grew up in a farm, so.
Mm-hmm. That's common knowledge over there.
Exactly. Appreciate everybody. And I will see everybody Sunday. No. Yeah, Sunday.
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 And if I don't get called in again for the 3rd straight Sunday, I might make it.
It's good that you are getting so many hours, but yeah, it'd be cool if you had some time off too, I suppose.
Yeah, working 8 straight days is not my idea of having fun.
Yeah.
Maybe in my 20s. My 20s, it was okay. I can sleep 3 hours, I'll be up and I'm ready to go.
Right.
I'll be 46 next month. That doesn't work as well.
Yeah, we're old. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end it. You have anything going on this week?
I think I have a Saturday video. I'm not sure. Yeah,
check
I
out.
done preloaded everything, so
Mhm.
if last week wasn't the last of them, this week will be the last of them.
All right. I'll go check it out myself too when I get done here. See you, Clinton.